We are back here at West Virginia State University for game number 4 of the day, as it is now going to head back to girls basketball action, as it is going to be the defending AAA state champion Parkersburg Lady Big Reds set to take on the Spring Valley Lady Timberwolves. Chris Kidd here with you, alongside me Butch Mounts, our engineer, as we just concluded our third game with Lincoln County defeating the Gilmer County Titans 65-57. And now a little bit of a delay before we get going here. May have just had to find the basketball, which is a little essential to get things going. But Parkersburg coming in here with a 13-5 mark on the year, with Spring Valley coming in at 10-6 on the season. But Parkersburg playing a very difficult schedule coming in. Again, they've only lost to one in-state school all year, and that was to Willing Park, 50-49 earlier this year. And immediately we have a tie-up right out of the gate. And since possession had not been established yet, we'll jump it up again. But Parkersburg averaging 61 points per game on the year. Spring Valley 58. Spring Valley giving up 58 points per game on the year. Parkersburg giving up 45 as an early chance. Thwarted there by Parkersburg, but a jumper from the corner on the way, in and out, no good that time by Caroline Ashbury. And now it'll be Parkersburg with their first opportunity of the game, taking it baseline, jumper up, and good right away as Maggie Richards gets things started for the Lady Big Reds. Now they will go full court pressure on Spring Valley as Ashbury gets it cross court. Now pass into the middle, knocked away by Richards. She knocks it off of the defender, and that'll go back over as Sydney Meredith tried to contest the pass but had it thrown off her leg. This is a Parkersburg team that gets up and down very quick in the passing lanes, can put up a lot of points in a hurry. Driving in, kicking it baseline to Kreitz, now back out, jumper on the way, and connecting again as Maggie Richards. She's quickly got 4 points, and here in the first 50 seconds, it's a 4-0 lead for the Lady Big Reds. Spring Valley works it up against the pressure off the hands of Meredith that time, now being trapped as she has to throw it off defender's leg and out of bounds as they maintain possession. As Bree Saunders will inbound from the far side, gets it in top of the key for Haley Bailey. Bailey gives it off now for Asbury, dribbles in, kicks it out. Dribbling in is Meredith, tries to put up a one-hander short, rebounded underneath by Kreitz. So here comes Parkersburg back the other way. Swings it over to Bree Wilson. Wilson into the paint, puts up a floater off the side of the rim, no good, and rebound taken away by Ella Edwards. As Edwards gives it off for Ashbury. Cut off by Wilson in the backcourt. Now pass kicked away, and possession will stay with Spring Valley as they trail it 4-0 here in the first minute and a half of play. It'll be inbounded on the far side by Saunders. As Spring Valley 4-2 in their last 6 games. Lost a heartbreaker to Hurricane last Wednesday, 52-51. And trying to pull off the big upset here today is inside, whistling a foul called as Leah Kreitz called for the hack. Now sends Spring Valley to the free throw line to shoot a pair. So it'll be Edwards to go to the charity stripe. And Parkersburg has won 7 in a row. Since their last loss, they've dominated West Virginia competition most of the year, as free throw up and good by Edwards. First point of the game for the Lady Timberwolves. And second free throw for Edwards up. That one good as well. Lead down to 2. Now Spring Valley will go full court pressure to match Parkersburg, breaking it up the floor. Kreitz gets it left side for Taylor Miller. Now back out front, nice give and go on the inside. Shot up, no good by Kreitz. Rebound taken away by Spring Valley, and now a foul on the backcourt as Maddie Leggett tried to come up and sneak the ball away and make the steal, but ended up committing the foul. So Spring Valley maintains possession, trailing 4-2 as we approach the 6-minute mark of the opening quarter. They pass up ahead, able to find Ashbury. Nice give and go underneath to Edwards, and she's fouled at the rim. And Spring Valley right now doing an excellent job of attacking this pressure by Parkersburg. They're going to get that foul on Maggie Richards. That's already 3 team fouls against Parkersburg in the first 2 minutes, none thus far. against Spring Valley, as Edwards, who hit 2 a moment ago at the line. This one misses off the back iron, no good. You get a look at it here in our Video Productions instant replay. Again, the nice lob pass up ahead and the great give there to Edwards on the baseline. As Edwards' second free throw, back rims, front rims, and falls out and out of bounds off of Spring Valley. Now to go back over to Parkersburg, leading it by 2 as full court pressure lobbed up ahead off the hands of Wilson. She chases it down, tries to get possession of it, still being fought for in the right corner and taken away by Spring Valley. So now here's Bailey with it, kicks it up ahead for Saunders. She'll look inside, finds Asbury as she gets into the paint, drives in right side, shot rejected underneath. Asbury gets it back, looking up front, trying to find help, kicks it out, 3 on the way from the right wing, no good by Meredith, but rebounded by Saunders. She'll get it back out to Bailey as they'll reset. Bailey now will take a 3 from the left side, no good off the back rim, on line but missed too strong. Now taken away by Parkersburg, up to Wilson off her hands and out of bounds. It'll go back over to Spring Valley as they trail it 4-2, as it's been an up and down affair thus far, but neither team really been able to get going offensively just yet. In the backcourt, Asbury working it up, kicks it over far side for Saunders, throws it into the middle as they break the pressure once again. Bailey at the top of the key with it. She'll dribble in the right side, had it poked away by Miller and stolen away by Parkersburg. Now up ahead, here comes Leggett, throws it near side. Now they pump it inside for Kreitz. She looks for help, gives it off top of the key for Richards. Now over to Wilson. She'll take a deep 3, buries it from the left wing. Bree Wilson, that was NBA range right there from her. And she is considered one of, if not the best players in the state of West Virginia on the girls' side, and right there showing why with that type of range. Now on the other end, can they answer back? 3 on the way, no good by Meredith. Rebounded underneath, put back up and in though by Ella Edwards. She's got all 4 of Spring Valley's points here in the first quarter. It's 7-4 Parkersburg. Underneath, back quickly, nice job breaking the pressure, and Aaliyah Kreitz with her first bucket of the game as she banks it in. Now the offense has started to get going here as first quarter draws to the midway point. Up top, Asbury caught, gets it to Saunders. Now into the corner. Meredith goes for another 3. This one off the back rim, no good, and rebounded by Richards underneath. She'll get it over to Wilson. Up top for Miller. Now into the corner for Kreitz. She'll take deep jumper and buries it. Had a foot on the line, so it'll be a 2-pointer, but Kreitz back-to-back jumpers fall, and she's got 4 points, and it's an 11-4 lead. Spring Valley working it up against this pressure still. Saunders on the far side, gets it back into the middle. Asbury underneath, finds Edwards, blocked from behind, but there's Meredith on the other side and able to hit on the layup, and now they realize on the other side that the net hadn't been fixed just yet, so they'll have to go back down and get it unhinged, and now we're ready to go. Spring Valley now trailing it 11-6 here. As we take a look here on our Video Productions instant replay, again, nice lob pass inside. There's the great rejection, but it just deflected right to and pinballed right to Meredith for the easy layup. Now in the corner, Richards, who hit back-to-back jumpers to start the first quarter, gets it out to Miller. Miller, lob pass stolen away. Saunders with it. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Saunders drives in hard and has it stripped away by Miller and out of bounds. Great defensive play by her. And really probably the right call by Saunders to keep it that time. It would have been a tight window to try and fit a pass into. And Miller now will go to the bench after that terrific steal. As Kristen Lowers checks into the game for Parkersburg. Asbury kicks it out for Saunders. Pump fakes, now kicks it over. Bailey goes for 3 and buries it from the right side. So Spring Valley now within 2 of the defending state champions as Kreitz crosses midcourt. Gets it into the corner for Wilson. Wilson don't want to leave her open, and that's why Bree Wilson, another 3-pointer, back-to-back for her as she's got 6 points in the lead now at 14-9. Into the middle, Bailey able to split in between, tried to feed it underneath for Meredith, but off her hands and out of bounds. Now substitution coming in here for Spring Valley. So it'll be Jenna Christopher into the lineup now for Spring Valley, as Meredith will go to the bench for a breather. So they lob it into the middle. Leggett throws it into the corner for Kreitz. Underneath they go. Now we get a whistle and a push underneath. So it'll stay with the Big Reds, as Kristen Lowers was the one who was pushed on that play. They get it into the left corner for Lowers. She'll drive in hard, banks it in. Nice job by Kristen Lowers off the bench. She's got her first bucket of the game. Lead back up to 7 after they closed it to 2 a moment ago. Now pass stolen away in the backcourt. Lowers again, drives in, left hand, counted in the foul. Kristen Lowers with back-to-back buckets and a chance to push this to a 10-point game as Bailey committed the foul. Again, just the pressure that this Parkersburg girls team puts on you. Again, after a while, it just starts to wear on you. And Lowers able to hit the free throw, as Spring Valley done an excellent job for the first 5 minutes of the quarter, but now starting to see a few turnovers creep in as there the pass got away, and Lowers with a great drive and able to go up with the offhand and finish on the left side. So lead now at 19-9 here in the first quarter, as up ahead they find Saunders. Saunders steps back, thought about pulling the trigger, but instead gives off to Asbury. She'll drive into the middle, bounce pass underneath to Edwards, now out to Saunders, goes for 3, no good off the back iron, and rebounded underneath, taken away by Parkersburg. They skip it up ahead as Kiston Roberts into the game, now over to Kreitz, goes for 3, and she gets the friendly roll. She's got 7 points here in this quarter. That's the third triple of the quarter now for Parkersburg. 22-9, Lady Big Reds is now foul on the backcourt. They're going to get that on Roberts. She seemed a little unsure if she had committed the foul or not at first. I think she thought she had picked her clean. But now we're going to get a 30-second timeout called by Spring Valley. And against 11-0 run right now for the Lady Big Reds after it was an 11-9 game after a three-pointer. Now Parkersburg has started to assert themselves on both ends of the floor. And they have taken a 22-9 lead. Again, stay with us. At the conclusion of this game, it'll be the boys' turn as the Spring Valley boys take on the Parkersburg boys coming up next year on Video Productions. As here you see on our instant replay, again, the nice steal there, or almost nice steal by Roberts. She thought she had gotten the ball away from Asbury, but instead whistled her for the foul. So that's now 4 team fouls against Parkersburg, 2 against Spring Valley here in the first quarter. As Asbury splits between a double team, but had it poked away, now loose on the floor, and going to get a tie up here, and the possession error will go over to Parkersburg. As we said, just the pressure is relentless from this Lady Big Reds ball club. And they've got size and length. They've got shooters. They've got it all out here on the floor. And now they also bring in Tatiana Popa underneath. She sets up a big target down low. She takes it, goes up with the right hand, and she'll finish. Nice move by Popa as she gets her first 2 of the game. And again, just so many weapons. We've already seen 4 or 5 players enter this game off the bench for Parkersburg, and it hasn't slowed down one bit. Layup attempt rolls off, no good for Bailey. Taken back by Edwards. She's fouled, counted, and the foul. Ella Edwards, what strength by her to take that up against Popa. Popa even got a piece of it on the way up, along with Edwards' arm. And Ella Edwards still able to finish, and that finally breaks the 13-0 run. And there you see it here on our Video Productions instant replay. Edwards fighting for the loose ball, and there the hack, and still had enough to get it up and in. So Edwards had a strong first quarter here. She's got 6 points. Free throw won't bank in, and now it looks like we got a lane violation here on Roberts, so that'll give Edwards another opportunity. And Parkersburg continues to shuffle in players here as Sierra Mason checks in along with Emily Kumpfner. So almost everyone's gotten in here in the first quarter for Parkersburg. Edwards with another opportunity for the and one, no good on the attempt. Rebound comes down to Roberts. They'll bring it up left side, give it over to Mason. She'll lob it down to Popa, had it knocked away. Taken by Spring Valley as Saunders came up with it. Now into the game is Holly Riggs for Spring Valley. She'll step into a jumper, and Riggs will end up connecting. 24-13 now. Parkersburg leads it. Final 40 seconds of the first quarter. It's Mason into the middle. Kicks it corner, now back out front. They find Roberts down low. She can't hit, but she's fouled on the play by Riggs. That'll send her to the free throw line with 31.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it's been a quick-paced score-a-thon thus far here in the opening period. Easily the highest scoring first quarter we've had in any of the 4 games thus far. As free throw up and good by Roberts. Take a look at it here on our video productions instant replay. Again, good pass inside, and Roberts was able to get the inside position to set that up. Misses on the second as Riggs takes the rebound away for Spring Valley. They get it inside. Bailey, wow, big time contact that time on the way to the rim, as you could hear the smack on the way to the basket by Mason. And they'll call that on the floor here with 25.3 seconds left in the first quarter. They get it into Saunders in the left corner, back up top. Swing it back to Saunders as they start to run some clock here. Now Christopher with it. She'll give it off to Edwards on the low block. Goes up against Popa. Had it knocked away by Popa. Now over on the far side in front of the Parkersburg bench, out of bounds. And it'll stay with Spring Valley with 11.3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. As Christopher will inbound it. Top of the key for Bailey with 8 seconds. Now over to Saunders. Saunders dribbles in, kicks it out. Christopher goes for 3. Count it for Jenna Christopher. And that will end the first quarter of play with Parkersburg leading Spring Valley 25-16. We'll be back after this as you are watching the Little General Shootout with us right here live on Video Productions.
Stores knows West Virginia. But what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Start of quarter number 2 here from West Virginia State University. Chris Kidd with you as Cam Strobel now, my engineer, as Spring Valley will have the ball to start the second quarter, trailing Parkersburg 25-16 as Christopher inbounds it for Bailey. And it looked like Parkersburg might start to run away with it, but now Spring Valley has started to creep back into it with a couple of three-pointers, as now Christopher will chase it down near side and comes right towards us and out of bounds as Spring Valley will lose it back over to Parkersburg. Now the Big Reds with a chance to push this back to a double-digit lead. They drive in, nice crease on the inside, and flipping it up and in is Lowers. She's got 7 points for the game, or I should say Lowers, excuse me, as the outlet pass underneath gets away from Saunders and out of bounds. Now checking back in is Asbury, as Bailey will go to the bench, take a breather. As Mason will bring it up the floor. 27-16, Parkersburg leads it over Spring Valley as Mason looks inside for Popa, gets away and out of bounds back over to Spring Valley. A lot of the second team on the floor right now for Parkersburg as all the starters getting a breather. 3 from the left side, no good by Meredith. Rebound taken away by Roberts, now to Mason. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Mason gets to the free throw line, kicks it out. Lowers goes for 3, and she'll bury it. Kristen Lowers continues her hot shooting here in the first half, as she's got 10 points overall now. Pass, dangerous one. It's going to go out of bounds right in front of us, and it'll go over to Parkersburg. There's another turnover here. Like we said, turnover starting to creep in here by Spring Valley. But again, with Parkersburg able to throw in so many different bodies in this contest and throughout the season, you're able to keep so many people fresh. And like we said, you don't see a ton of drop-off from this Lady Big Reds club, even though they go to their bench. Popa, she'll take a straight-on three. Oh, in and out, no good. Rebounded underneath, though. Taken away by Kupfner. Kicks it out for Mason. She'll go for three, no good. Rebounded, though, by Lowers. Kicks it out. This third opportunity here for Parkersburg. Back to Mason. Gets a screen from Popa. Mason tried to give and go, but had it knocked away by Meredith. Mason gets it back. Kicks it over for Kupfner. Now back out. Three on the way. Count it for Mason. Sierra Mason gets her first basket of the game. That's the fifth three-pointer already of the half for Parkersburg. The lead is now swelled back to 17. Pass out front's going to get away, and that'll be an over and back violation. And now you see the starting five set to check back in here for Parkersburg. And what a job the second team did as they extended this lead back up to 17. And it's got to be the scariest sight in the world for most of these AAA girls teams in this state, that Parkersburg has that type of depth and that type of talent across the board as they look to repeat this year. And there's a big reason why they might be able to, as Maddie Leggett gets her first bucket of the game. Again, just such a versatile point guard. She gets her first two. 35-16. Out front, Christopher gets it over to Saunders. She drives right baseline, puts up a floater, gets it to bank in. Nice angle there by Bree Saunders. 35-18. Up top. Now they get it to Richards on the left side. She'll step in. Mid-range jumper short. Long rebound comes out. Christopher has it. But had it stolen back from behind by Miller. Her cross-court pass, though, gets away from Wilson and out of bounds back over to Spring Valley. We are nearing 5 minutes to go here in the first half of action. Parkersburg nearly doubling up Spring Valley at the moment as Asbury gets it out for Meredith. Had it poked away, but a reach-in foul is going to be called here on Parkersburg. If that's team foul number 7, that'll put them in the 1-on-1. It appears it is. So 17 fouls against Parkersburg, 3 against Spring Valley. That's Meredith. That's 2 points at the charity stripe. And misses on the front end of the 1-on-1. Rebounded by Kreitz. She'll get it up ahead. Now over to Leggett. Leggett into the right corner for Miller. Now out to Wilson. Goes for three. Buries it again. Bree Wilson has incredible range. That's her third three-pointer and the second one that she's hit from a mile away. So the lead is now ballooned to 20. Now looking to answer is Christopher. She'll take a deep three of her own. Almost banked it in, but no good. Kreitz with the rebound. Goes behind her back. Looks up ahead for Wilson. Catch in transition. Able to kick it back out for Richards. She'll get inside the free throw line to Kreitz. Now to Miller. Miller, top of the key. Leggett. She'll go for three straight on, and she'll connect. As the onslaught from three-point land continues for the Lady Big Reds, and a full timeout called. We'll take it as well. Back after this, as you are watching the Little General Shootout with us right here live on Video Productions.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
41-18 in favor of the defending champions. Chris Kidd here with you. Alongside me, Cam Strobel, our engineer, with Butch Mounts alongside us as well as we at the midway point of the second quarter. And Parkersburg just been raining threes here in the first half. They've hit 4 this quarter, 7 for the game. Now on the other end, Saunders tries to answer back, no good, but there's Edwards on the weak side for the rebound. She'll put it back up and in. She's got 8 points of her own. 41-20 in favor of Parkersburg. Kick it over to Miller. Miller, she'll put up a 3, no good. Rebounded by Kreitz. She'll go back up with it, can't convert, but rebound taken away by Edwards. Spring Valley trailing by 21. They get it over. Saunders cut off, now in trouble, looking for help. Tries to get away and does so from the double team. Now to Asbury. Asbury drives in, puts up left-hander, no good. Edwards on the rebound, and she's fouled by Kreitz, it appears. And that'll send her to the free throw line. And they will get Kreitz on the hack. That'll be number 2 on Kreitz. That's the team 8th foul as Edwards' first free throw off the back iron, no good. She hit her first 2 free throws of the game, but has since missed her last 4, as you see here on our Video Productions instant replay. Edwards, though, able to get down and back up really quickly. Again, she's got a nice first bounce on her jump. This time she's able to hit the second free throw. She's got 9 points for the game. Yeah, that recoverability after you hit the ground once to get back up with the ball is always so key. Driving baseline is Richards, kicks it out front. Wilson able to make the grab, shovels it over. Driving in is Leggett, back out on the left side. Nowhere to go that time for Anna Umpleby, who's checked into the game. Now rebound off the miss, up by Richards, no good. Edwards trying to block out for the rebound, but it goes out of bounds off of her. Be inbounded by Leggett underneath her own basket, kicks it up top. Umpleby all alone for 3, buries it. Everyone's in on the action today. 44-21 in favor of Parkersburg. And you can even see it on the Parkersburg bench right now. They know the entire team's red hot here in the first half. It's been quite the offensive display by the defending champs. As Asbury, what a drive and what a take that time, able to finish with the left hand for Caroline Asbury. Now in the left corner, Umpleby, she'll go for it again. This time no good. Rebound fought for, knocked loose, taken away by Spring Valley. Up head to Saunders. Saunders driving in, can't finish, but fouled on the play by Leggett. That'll be number 2 on her. That'll send Saunders to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 2:13 left here in the first half. It's her first free throw up and good. She's got 3 points now for the contest. We take a look at it here in our Video Productions instant replay. Again, it looked like she thought about maybe stopping for the quick pull up there, maybe try and bank it in, but instead took it right at Leggett and was able to draw the foul on her. As Saunders hits both free throws, she's got 4 points now. 44-25 in favor of Parkersburg. Wilson gets into the middle, had it knocked away on the way in and stolen by Spring Valley. Now here's Christopher with it. Jenna Christopher picked up by Wilson. Now she'll reset up top. Looks for a screen, gives it off to Asbury. Asbury tried to give it off to Edwards, but off of her and out of bounds. Looked like good defensive play that time, maybe by Umpleby. She deflected that pass off of her leg. Richards throws it in cross court for Wilson. Now up ahead, 3 on the way from the right side. No good over the rim. Rebounded underneath and going to be last touched by Parkersburg. Checking in for the Lady Timberwolves will be Victoria Asbury, and she'll take Caroline Asbury's place. Down to 1:40 to go here in the first half. 19-point lead for Parkersburg. Nice drive and dish over to Edwards, missing on it. Rebound put back up, no good. But they'll send Edwards back to the line. It's a good drive that time, a good pass by Bailey in order to set that up. Now Edwards back at the free throw line again. Made her first 2, missed her last 4, and then made her most recent free throw. So 3 of 8 from the line, sinks on the first one. She's now 4 of 8 from the charity stripe today. Second free throw by Edwards up. A high arcing free throw falls through. 44-27 in favor of Spring Valley, or by Parkersburg rather, but a steal by Spring Valley. Saunders goes up and rejected, but fouled on the play. And they're going to get that against Breland Florence, who's checked in, and that'll send Saunders back to the free throw line. Saunders' first free throw up and good, as she's now hit 3 in a row this quarter. As here you see the steal on our Video Productions instant replay, just picking the pocket of Florence. Florence got back, looked like a good block that time, but apparently got a piece of the hand on the way up. And Saunders able to convert both free throws. She's got 6 points now, 4 of 4 from the line. So Spring Valley slowly has whittled the lead down to 15 here with 1:17 left in the first half. Pass by Mason, knocked into the air, stolen, now loose, taken back by Parkersburg as Popa with it. Able to avoid one defender, drives in, puts up the floater, and Popa able to get it to fall. And again, what a drive that time by Popa. She's got 4 points and the lead back up to 17, under a minute to play. Nice wraparound pass by Bailey, finds Edwards, and Edwards able to hit again. Edwards now with 13 points here in the first half. Now a steal up ahead to Bailey. Bailey behind everyone. Her layup goes in. She's got 5 points and the lead down to 13. Down to 37 seconds left in the first half. Up ahead, nice bounce pass cross court. Parkersburg pulls it back out. Now they go down low as they work it around. It's Haley McHale into the game as well for Parkersburg now. Out to Popa. She'll take 3 straight on and buries it. Tatiana Popa. Everyone knocking down threes here in the first half for Parkersburg. 49-33 for the Lady Big Reds with 13 seconds left in the half. Now Christopher steps into a 3 straight on, and she banks it in. Jenna Christopher with 2 threes this half. 4 seconds left. Mason to midcourt with 2 seconds. Mason pulls and misses, or is blocked rather, by Bailey at the horn to end the first half. But what an offensive explosion we saw on both ends here in the first 16 minutes. But it's the defending state champions leading at 49-36 here at the half. We'll step aside and be back after this for the start of quarter number 3 as you are watching the Little General Shootout with us right here live on Video Productions.
Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Yes, a word exists for confidently navigating the day-to-day, and it's Westfield. It means you come first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, always. It means protection turned on full blast, and so much care and courtesy, it's contagious. Westfield is a word that's also a company, one made out of people and promises kept. It's a word that still feels like insurance, but more like home, mixed with vacation, with some sunshine on top.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Farmer Climate Campbell, we pride ourselves on providing classic service.
You get a firm that's concerned about you, your family, as well as the legal process.
We combine the newest technology and digital tools.
With our 35 years of experience,
to help you get more than the insurance company wants to offer.
Traditional service,
contemporary techniques.
It'll never go out of style.
Call 346-5990.
Steve, is that your car?
No, it's a rental.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Yes, a word exists for confidently navigating the day-to-day, and it's Westfield. It means you come first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, always. It means protection turned on full blast, and so much care and courtesy, it's contagious. Westfield is a word that's also a company, one made out of people and promises kept. It's a word that still feels like insurance, but more like home, mixed with vacation, with some sunshine on top.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you, and Cam Strobel, our engineer. As Parkersburg set to inbound it, it'll be Kristen Lowers to inbound it right in front of us to get things going here in the third quarter as the defending state champs put up 49 points in the first half and lead it by 13 as Lowers will go to work on the inside, and she'll hit a floater on the way in. She's got 12 points now for the game to lead Parkersburg. Parkersburg, 9 players score in the first half for them. As Edwards takes it on the low block, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded on the weak side by Richards. Edwards actually led all scorers in the first half for Spring Valley with 13 as Lowers drives in. Landed a little awkwardly as she went inside, but she'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Lowers scored 5 in each quarter in the first half. First free throw rims off, and look at the other scoring, and you had Leggett with 5, Kreitz with 7, Wilson with 9, Richards with 4, Lowers with 12 now, Roberts with 1, Umpleby with 3, Mason with 3, Popa with 7. I mean, just incredible. Down the line for Parkersburg, Spring Valley had Edwards with 13. Then you had Saunders and Christopher with 6, Bailey with 5, Meredith, Asbury, and Riggs each with 2 to close out the scoring in the first half. For the Lady Timberwolves as they'll inbound from in front of their own bench. So Asbury puts up a floater and gets it to fall. Nice move there by Caroline Asbury. She's got 4 points now. They lob it over to Lowers. She'll put up the baseline jumper, rolls off, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go back over to Spring Valley as they trail at 52-38 here in the first minute of the third quarter. So we're in game number 4 of a 9-game slate here today from West Virginia State University, and now a foul by Wilson. As Bailey tried to get free that time up the side. That'll be number 2 on Bree Wilson. Bailey drives in, couldn't find an angle and had the shot knocked away. Now here comes Kreitz up the middle of the floor, gives it over to Wilson. Wilson couldn't control it as it went between her legs, and now Saunders tried to grab it, but out of bounds it was, so it'll stay with the Lady Big Reds. And again, we'll have these two schools going up against each other again next, but it'll be the boys' turn as Parkersburg Big Red boys take on the Spring Valley Timberwolves boys ball club. And that'll be approximately at 1:30 p.m. as Kreitz goes for three, and the onslaught from the outside continues on here in the second half. That is now the 10th three of the game for the Lady Big Reds. They lead at 55-38. It's into the corner. They kick it. Now Ashbury drives in. Spin move on Kreitz. Won't fall in, but there's Edwards on the putback. Can't get it to bank in, and rebounded underneath by Lowers. Now over left side, dribbling in. Leggett, nice mid-range jumper. She gets it to fall. Maddie Leggett. 7 points now for the ball game. They get it up ahead off the hands of Meredith, able to save it though, and she'll get it back up top for Saunders. Now into the middle for Ashbury. Nice dribble drive in, and Caroline Ashbury able to finish. 6 points for her now for this quarter. 57-40, Parkersburg leads it. Leggett gets inside against her body, wave it off, unfortunately for her, as that was a nice move and a good finish, but they say she took one too many steps to get there. That'll give it back over to Spring Valley. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 57-40, Parkersburg leads it as Bailey dribbles hard to her left. Cut off over there, now ball loose. Lowers gives chase as Bailey hits the ground, and Spring Valley was able to get a timeout called just before what they felt was going to be a turnover. So we'll keep things here with 5:20 remaining. And just to run through the rest of the slate with you today, and at 2:30 p.m. approximately, it'll be the Spring Valley boys against the Parkersburg boys. Then at 4 p.m. it'll be the girls' turn again, as it'll be the Morgantown girls against the South Charleston girls. Then at 5:30 p.m. it'll be the Wyoming East girls against the Huntington girls. 7:15 p.m. the Wyoming East boys against the Huntington boys. And at 8:45 p.m. to kick things off, or to end things, this evening, it'll be the George Washington girls against the Winfield girls. And we'll have all those games still with you here at West Virginia State University. I'll be exiting after the 4 o'clock game to head to Polka, where tonight it is the Logan Wildcats taking on the Polka Dots in a battle of top 5 teams in Class AA. So make sure you join us for that as well. We've got all sorts of high school basketball action coming your way here tonight and today on Video Productions, as loose ball will be a foul, goes against Spring Valley. That'll go against Edwards. That'll be her second. So that'll give it back over to Parkersburg as you take a look at the foul here on our Video Productions instant replay. Again, just the shove from behind. There's a couple of shoves on that, but they end up getting Edwards at the end of it. As Richards gets it on the right wing. Lobs inside. Wilson knew she wasn't open. Nice tip to get it over to Lowers. Now back, Richards drives in, and she'll draw the contact and the foul. But again, what a play there by Wilson. Knew that she didn't have the shot, knew that she didn't have the angle to really catch that ball, and just patted it back out to keep possession alive. And now Richards goes to the free throw line as she buries the first. She scored the first 4 points of the game for Parkersburg. That's her first point since then. And there you see the drive in by Richards in order to draw the contact, as she gets her 5th and 6th points on that trip, and the lead now back to 19. 59-40. Bailey tries to split the double team but can't. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson against Asbury now, looking, tries to throw it back. Nice cut into the corner. Leggett, pull-up jumper is there. Maddie Leggett now with 9 points for the game, and good ball movement again by Parkersburg. 61-40. In the middle for Asbury, almost had it stolen, and it's going to be a travel instead. Now Taylor Miller will check back in for Parkersburg, and Jenna Christopher will check back in for Spring Valley. As you get a look at this again, Wilson, again, almost lost it there, but then a great find cutting in, then right to the corner where Leggett stepped into that mid-range jumper. Now Wilson goes for 3 again from deep. And Bree Wilson, 4 3-pointers here in this game, and she has buried them all from deep. And now an over and back call as Christopher stepped on the mid-court line. And that'll give it back over to Parkersburg, leading at 64-40. Now we'll take a look at that 3 again by Wilson. Look at how deep she is on that. And that's not even the deepest 3 of the 4 that she's hit here today. And, I mean, she is well beyond the college line in that. and able to bury them with no problem. And speaking of no problem from three, Aaliyah Kreitz with another of hers. She's got 13 now for the game, and that's her second three this half. Again, it has just been a bombardment from the outside for Parkersburg. And now a foul over here on the near side. They may have got Wilson. Yes, they will get Wilson on the foul. That'll be number 3 on her. Now driving in, tough floater by Meredith. Can't get it to fall. Saunders, though, gets the rebound. Bailey's three is blocked by Kreitz, taken away by Leggett. Now loose on the ground. Probably going to get a tie up here, and we will. And the possessioner will go back over to Spring Valley. Spring Valley trailing at 67-40 with 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter as Popa checks back in, and that'll give Kreitz a chance to get a breather. It's Bailey into the middle, kicks it out for Christopher. She's hit a couple threes today. This one off the mark, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Popa, so it'll stay here with the Lady Timberwolves. And again, the Parkersburg fan section is filled up quite nicely here for this girls game as well as the boys game coming up next. And we saw Lincoln County brought a nice contingent for both of their games earlier. They get it over to Saunders. She'll drive in, kicks it out. Asbury alone for three, buries it. She's had a nice third quarter. She scored 7 points now and has 9 for the game. Back the other way, driving baseline, Leggett up and under, can't finish. Popa knocks the rebound around. Leggett saves it. Now cross-court pass, gets away from Richards, but she chases it down. So now they go back into Popa. She'll go into the corner. Leggett, pull-up jumper, and she'll hit it. Speaking of good third quarters, she's had one herself. That's 6 points now for this quarter and 11 for the game. 69-43 with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. As Christopher lobs it into the middle, no one there. Tipped away by Leggett and into the hands of Popa. She outlets it to Taylor. Nice dish to Mason cutting to the basket, but she misses on the layup attempt. Rebound comes back for Saunders as she'll dribble up the right side. Now into the middle, Meredith being handled by Miller. Pass inside, almost got away as Saunders tries to flip it up over Popa. Knocked loose and taken back by Parkersburg. So lob it up ahead. Richards had it knocked away from her, taken by Christopher. She'll drive in, counted in the foul for Jenna Christopher. She's got 8 points now for the game and a chance for an N1 with 2:07 left here in the third. As Riggs will check back in for Spring Valley, as well as Victoria Asbury. As you see the drive here by Jenna Christopher, and there's the reach by Mason, creating the contact and the foul. That'll be the second on Mason as Christopher's free throw rolls off, no good. And now we get a whistle and a double dribble called on Miller, so that'll give it back over to Spring Valley. Is also back into the game. You have Emily Kumpfner for Parkersburg, along with Roberts. As Riggs gets it into the left corner for Caroline Asbury. Dribbles around, able to find Riggs. Jumper from the left elbow, no good. Popa tears the rebound down for the Big Red. Now they get it up ahead. Miller, cross-court pass, finds Kumpfner underneath. Pass knocked away from Roberts and taken back by Riggs as she's bumped into, but picked up there at midcourt by Victoria Asbury. Now they underneath, they go to Caroline Asbury. She can't hit on the finger roll, and rebound taken back by Leggett. All alone the other end is Miller. She'll turn around and lay it in for her first 2 of the game. So now 10 of the 14 players for Parkersburg have got into the scorebook in this game. Driving in is Riggs and blocked from behind by Popa that time as Roberts now has it stripped away from her. Saunders over the other side to Riggs. Layup no good as Roberts gets the rebound back. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. 71-45 Parkersburg. Other end, they feed Popa, cutting in right side, and Popa able to finish. She's got 9 points now for the game. She's got such a soft touch underneath and from the outside. We've seen her hit jumpers, be able to finish at the rim today. Just an excellent athlete. Now on steal, Tolan again driving in. Leggett will lay it up and in. She's got 8 this quarter and 13 for the game. The lead has swelled to 30 at 75-45. Over into the corner, they get it. Now Saunders, nice pump fake. She'll drive in, puts up the layup, rolls off, no good. Good drive that time. Now up ahead to Miller, under 20 seconds to go in the third. Miller back to Popa at the free throw line, reached in on, and we're going to get a whistle and a travel called against Parkersburg. So that'll give it back over to the Lady Timberwolves with 14.7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Riggs will walk it up. 2 defenders waiting on her at midcourt. Now Riggs picks it up, throws it over to Asbury. Now with 5 seconds. Nice pass underneath. Victoria Asbury will lay it up and in to end the third quarter of play as Parkersburg extends their lead to 75-47 as we head to the final 8 minutes. Back after this as you are watching the Little General Shootout with us right here live on Video Productions.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Start of quarter number 4 here from West Virginia State University. Chris Kidd here with you with Cam Strobel, our engineer. Butch Mounts alongside us as well. As Parkersburg, the defending AAA state champions, in control here, leading at 75-47. As they go down low for Kreitz, who's checked back in, and she's bumped. As team fouls now, they're even at 3 apiece. That'll be number 4 now against Spring Valley. As Umpleby will inbound from underneath her own basket. Kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson with 4 deep threes in this game. Kicks it back over. Top of the key for Florence. She drives in, has it taken away. Now Christopher on a run out, trying to get by the defenders. Goes all the way in hard on the left side. Can't finish at the rim. We're going to get a tie up here as Victoria Asbury ties up Haley McHale. And it'll stay here with Spring Valley. We're in the early stages of the fourth quarter. Inbound nicely to Caroline Asbury. Can't finish. Ball loose underneath. Going to get another tie up. And this will give it back over to Parkersburg. And again, the boys teams waiting in the wings. We'll have the Parkersburg boys against the Spring Valley boys coming up next here on Video Productions. They get it into McHale. She'll bring it up the floor. Or excuse me, Florence. As Florence dribbles into the middle. Spins in, now looks for help, kicks it out to Umpleby, now back over to Florence. Again, everybody's been in the game here for Parkersburg, and everyone's had their contributions here today for the Lady Big Red, and now Wilson goes for another 3 and buries another one. And again, she's made it look so effortless today. She's got 15 points, all on 3-pointers, and she's hit a couple from the parking lot already today. As that one from Victoria Asbury misses. Now here comes Parkersburg back again, leading at 78-47. Driving in as Kreitz gets to the baseline, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound knocked loose, saved by Spring Valley, but right into the hands of the waiting Haley McHale, and she'll lay it in. That's now 11 of 14 Parkersburg players who have scored here today. This has been all-around team effort again. This team is just really superb on in every avenue. I mean, Spring Valley has not played badly here today. They've played well. And this Parkersburg team is just incredible as Caroline Asbury again goes to work. Great job getting that miss back, ripping it away, and putting it back up and in. And she's had 9 points here in the second half. She's now got 11 for the game as a travel on the sideline. We'll give it back over to Spring Valley. But just looking at it here today, Parkersburg now has 13 three-pointers for the game. Just an astronomical number. Again, they've got weapons all over the place. As Riggs tries to drive in, had it kicked away. Now here comes Parkersburg back. Pass deflected, stolen back by Victoria Asbury. She'll stop, picks up a three in transition, no good. Rebound underneath by Saunders. She'll kick it over. Now out to Caroline Ashbury. She'll drive in left side, counted in the foul. She continues her superb play here in the second half. That's 13 points now for the contest for her. A chance for an and one. And Ashbury able to connect. So we'll take a look at it here on our little general instant replay. And there you see the nice ball fake and take and able to finish with the offhand. Just great athleticism there by Caroline Ashbury. And this is a Spring Valley team that's tough and going to be heard from, I feel like, in tournament time in AAA. They just run into the defending champs today who have shot the ball exceptionally well from the floor. Again, 80-52. Parkersburg leads it. 5:15 remaining. It's out front, Florence. They go down low. Nice give and go. Ball lost, however, and Riggs picks it up. Throws it up ahead. Victoria Asbury goes for three, no good as it rolls off. Rebound comes down underneath for McHale. She'll lob it up ahead and stolen back by Caroline Ashbury. You can give this Spring Valley club a lot of credit. They have not given up. They have not stopped fighting this entire contest, even whenever Parkersburg started to extend this lead to where it is now. As ball knocked loose, Saunders can't hang on to it and taken away by Umpleby. Now a leak out up ahead to Kreitz. She'll lay it in on the right side. Kreitz with 15 points on the afternoon. Now back the other way. Ashbury over to Saunders. She'll drive in. Had it poked away from her. Now we're going to get, it looks like another tie up. Or actually they're going to give Parkersburg the timeout there with 4:22 to go. So it'll be a full timeout. So we'll step aside with them. Back after this as you're watching the Little General Shootout with us right here live on Video Productions.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you as we are in game number 4 of the Little General Shootout here on this Tuesday afternoon. Cam Strobel, our engineer, Butch Mounts alongside us as well as the defending AAA champion, Parkersburg Big Red, leading it by 30 as we head down the home stretch as Popa gets it down low, and Popa now into double figures. She's got 11 points off the bench here today. 84-52, excuse me. They get it out front, pass deflected, stolen away by Kumpfner. She'll look up ahead, gets it right side, dribbling in and cut off is Sophie Nelson. Now kicks it out, jumper on the way and count it. A three. As that is Breland Florence. She's now the 12th player in the scorebook. And now the other way, three-pointer answered by Riley Spry as she hits coming off the bench. So, again, a lot of players in scorebooks on both sides. That's the 9th player for Spring Valley to get in the scorebook as well, as you see the three from Spry in the left corner able to connect. Now she'll get it back. She'll go for three again, this time off the front iron, no good, and rebounded underneath by Umpleby. Now they get it underneath, driving in, miss underneath, put back up, and almost fell through. Kumpfner gets it back, kicks it out. Florence goes for three again, this time too strong. and rebounded on the low block, taken away that time by Spring Valley. As they get it up ahead. Now into the corner, Spry goes for three again, this time off the mark. Rebound comes down. Kumpner up ahead, lobs it inside. Nice catch by Florence. And now we get a travel on Sophie Nelson. So right now, Nelson and Kumpner, the only two that haven't gotten into the scorebook yet for Parkersburg, with 3 minutes to go. And we've seen a lot of sharing of the ball on both sides here today, and now this ball knocked away. It's going to get out of bounds. It'll stay with Spring Valley. Yeah, I mean, to have 12 on the scorebook on one side and then 9 on the scorebook on the other side is pretty incredible. As McHale will check back into the game, and that'll send Popa to the bench. She had a great game here today with 11 points. They get it up top. As Ryan Henson into the game. Now they get it on the baseline. Knocked loose. It'll stay here with Spring Valley with 2:41 remaining. We said coming up next, it'll be the Parkersburg boys against the Spring Valley boys. So don't go anywhere. We've got more high school basketball action coming up at 2:30 p.m. here today. As three-pointer up, no good. It'll go out of bounds. As Straley misses on that attempt. Florence will bring it up the floor. 2.5 minutes to play, 87-55 in favor of Parkersburg. They get it across court for Kumpner, now up top. Nice ball movement, three on the way from the left side. No good by McHale. Rebound underneath, and Kumpner fouled. And that'll send her to the free throw line to shoot two. And if she's able to connect on one, then she'll be the 13th player for Parkersburg to get into the scorebook. And Kumpner does so. She sinks the first. So that just leaves Sophie Nelson now as the lone Parkersburg player yet to get into the book. Be interesting to see if they try and make that a priority here down the stretch as Kumpner hits on the second. 89-55. Parkersburg leads it as Spry up ahead, had it knocked away by Kumpner. Now here she comes back the other end. 2:10 to go. Kicks it back out. Pump fake, looking back for Kumpner in the corner. She'll go for three, no good. Rebound comes down underneath for Spring Valley. As bringing it up is Regan Crum, who's into the game. Back out front for Henson. She looks over for Spry as she'll kick it back up top of the key now for Crum. Crum puts up a floater and it goes over the backboard, and it'll give it back over to Parkersburg. Crum just laughing about it on the way back up the floor. I think she said, I had to try one. So now Parkersburg with a 34-point lead here. Minute 35 remaining. It's Kumpner out front with it. They get it into the corner. Florence lobs it back up front for McHale. Now over for Nelson. Nelson goes in, and we get a foul, and that will send Nelson to the line. So here it could be against Sophie Nelson. A chance to make it a perfect 14 for 14 for Parkersburg players in the scorebook if she's able to hit one of these two. And there it is, absolutely incredible. All 14 Parkersburg players have reached into the scorebook now here this afternoon. Just a fantastic display. I mean, I've been doing this almost 15 years now. I'm not sure I've seen that where all players have gotten into the scorebook with that many on the roster. But Nelson able to hit both. It's now 91-55. Pass up ahead off the hands of Straley and out of bounds. It'll go back over to Parkersburg with 1:15 to play. They are on their way to their 8th win in a row and moving to 14-5 on the year. Again, 4 of Parkersburg's 5 losses came against out-of-state schools at big tournaments. The only in-state school they've lost to was losing to Willing Park 50-49 back in the early start of the season. And now Nelson steps into a jumper and buries that. 93-55 Parkersburg with under 50 seconds to go. Now still coming up with it is Florence. She'll race in. Layup on the left side is good. She's got 5 points. 95-55, a 40-point lead for Parkersburg. As they get it over into the left corner, Spry drives in with 30 seconds to play. Kumpfner comes up with another steal. Now Florence looks up ahead for Nelson. Nelson stops and waits, now gives it back over to Florence. She'll go for three, no good. Long rebound comes out, taken away by Straley. Now over for Crum with 13 seconds to go. She'll give it off, drive inside, floater up, rolls off, no good for Henson. Rebound comes down as Kumpfner with 3 seconds ahead gets it up to Florence, and that will do it. The Parkersburg Big Reds come in here and put on a shooting display this afternoon as they knock down 14 three-pointers in order to move to 14-5 on the year as they win at 95-55. We'll step aside for a break and come back and recap our action here from West Virginia State University as you are watching the Little General Shootout with us right here on Video Productions.
Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
95-55, Parkersburg knocks off Spring Valley in our big girls contest here today between these two AAA schools. Chris Kidd with you, with Cam Strobel, our engineers. Let's run through the final scoring, starting with Spring Valley, as they were led by Caroline Asbury with 14 points, Ella Edwards with 13 points, Jenna Christopher with 8 points, Bree Saunders with 5, Haley Bailey with 5 points. Then you had Sydney Meredith along with Victoria Asbury, Holly Riggs, all with 2 points each to round out the scoring, and Riley Spry with 3 points as well off the bench for Spring Valley. On the other end for Parkersburg, well, we've got all sorts of time here to do this one again. All 14 players dressed today for Parkersburg got into the scorebook, and you ended up with 5 of them in double figures as they were led by Aaliyah Kreitz and Bree Wilson with 15 points each. Then you had Maddie Leggett and Kristen Lowers with 13 points each, Tatiana Popa with 11 points. Then we'll just run down the list for everyone else. It's Taylor Miller with 2 points, Maggie Richards with 6 points, Sophie Nelson with 4 points, Haley McKell with 2 points, Kiston Roberts with 1 point, Breland Florence with 5 points, Emily Kumpfner with 2 points, Anna Umpleby with 3 points, and Sierra Mason with 3 points to round out the scoring for Parkersburg. Again, just an impressive performance from the defending champs as they run away with it 95-55. We're going to step aside for a break and be back in about 17 minutes for the start of the Parkersburg boys and the Spring Valley boys game coming your way next here on Video Productions as you are watching the Little General Shootout with us right here live on Video Productions.